What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I hope that you all are doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my experiences with the vaccine. So, just to preface this, I got the Pfizer and I just got my first dose on the 10th. Today is the 14th. So, I got my first dose on the 10th in the morning, and yeah, I'm going to be telling you guys all about my experience. But before we head into that, if you've never seen my face before, hi, my name is Mangy. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button to join the family. Hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload. And make sure to follow me on social media on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, at underscore smagela underscore for all three platforms. Let's become friends. DM me. Let's chat if you have something that you want to talk about. And yeah, without any further ado, let us hop right into this video. So, first of all, I do not have any doubt. Oh, wait, hold on. I did. When there were talks of the development of these vaccines in the beginning, I was like, there's a vaccine coming? I was like, okay, cool. And I think before they started rolling them out here in South Africa, before they even came to South Africa, I knew for sure that I was definitely going to vaccinate. I did not have a doubt about it at that time. I was like, I'm definitely getting vaccinated. Um, I didn't even have a reason why I doubted it in the first place. I didn't really have a reason why I did it. I was just like, I'm just gonna go get vaccinated. Gonna get vaccinated. This is our hope right now. Like herd immunity, it makes sense. And then of course I was watching a lot of YouTube videos to keep myself from going insane. And with a lot of the YouTubers that I watch, the ones that I watch on the regular, whose content I really enjoy, who are in America, I noticed that a lot of them were not wearing their masks anymore in recent months, and I was like, they're not wearing their masks. And one of them explained in their video that um, there is no mask mandate if you're fully vaccinated. And then others were talking about how public spaces of gathering and concerts and all that, you needed to have your immunization. You need to have your vaccination card with you. And I was just like, okay, cool. So that was kind of like, I could make this an excuse why I'm going, but it wasn't an excuse. To me, herd immunity just made sense. So, anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about my experience. So, I went the Thursday on the 9th. That was the plan. The plan was to go. Actually, the initial plan was to go get vaccinated on the 2nd of September, which was a Thursday, right? Because I had a class that on Thursdays I have a class that begins at 9 and ends at 11, and that's the only class that I have. And my bus only comes later in the afternoon. I thought, I could go get vaccinated after the class, but then I started really thinking about it. My nephew's birthday was on the 3rd of September, and we were having his party on the 4th. And I knew for a fact that I did not want to be sick at the party. And I thought, let's delay the vaccination for another week, right? So cool. I didn't go on the 2nd as I had planned before. I came back home after class. I did what I had to do. It was cool. And then on the 9th, I went, I had some meeting online first, which I did not expect that the meeting was gonna last that long. The entire meeting lasted 2 hours. And after that meeting, I had a different meeting to go to, which for me was just like, why? I had this meeting, it lasted 2 hours. I thought it was gonna last like an hour, 30 minutes ish. It lasted an entire 2 hours. And I was just like, y'all are being so excessive right now. Y'all being extra. I was tired. I was like, I'm I'm not ready for this. I was not prepared for this. But anyway, I went, we had that, and then after that, I had probably a 30-minute break in between. I had a 30-minute break in between, and I had another meeting to get to. And this meeting took, okay, I expected this meeting to take about an hour, but it didn't take an hour. It took less than an hour, probably like 30 to 45 minutes. I'm not quite sure. And then after that, we had a quiz to take that I had totally forgotten about. So we went and we took the quiz after this, and then I went to get vaccinated. I went to the center, and they told me, "Oh, sorry, we can't open a new package right now. Blah blah blah. There aren't enough people. Could you please come back on another day?" And I was so mad. I was actually posting status updates on my WhatsApp about how mad I was because people did not want to get vaccinated, and I thought had there been more people at the center, I would have gotten vaccinated today. But that's a story for another day. That's a different issue. Anyway, so the Friday morning on the 10th, I went back to school. I went to get vaccinated. I was in line and I was so scared actually. I'm not gonna lie. From the morning, I was anxious. Like I had so much anxiety. And it's not even that I'm scared of needles. I'm not scared of needles, but I just had so much anxiety going into it. I was very anxious, very anxious. And I remember I was texting my friend and I was telling him, I'm so anxious about this. And he goes, "Why? Are you scared of needles?" And I tell him, "No, I'm not scared of needles. I'm just feeling very anxious. I don't know why I'm feeling anxious, blah, blah, blah." And he was really reassuring me. He was like, "No, don't worry. You're going to be fine. It's going to be cool. Um, I'll see you once you've taken the vaccine." And that actually made me feel really good. So anyhow, I went. I was anxious the entire time, and I was telling every single nurse who helped me how anxious I was. For me, it felt as though if I told them that I was anxious, I would feel better. And I did. I literally did. Like, I spoke to each one of these nurses, and each of them was so reassuring. I think I probably spoke to how many? I think I spoke to like four or five of them, and I was telling each of them at the different stations that I was going to how anxious I was. I was telling them like, "Oh hi, how are you? Yes, I am well." And then I'd tell them, "Oh, I'm so anxious about this." Like just randomly telling them. I'm sure a lot of them were like, um, okay. I'm sure they were shocked like, "Oh, there's nothing we can do about that." But it really helped talking to them, telling them how anxious I was. It really made me feel so much better. It made me feel so much better because with the first one that I spoke to, she was so reassuring. Like she was just going off and talking, and then she was making jokes, and she teased me about my middle name and told me that she's going to start calling me by my middle name. Apparently she's seen me around. I don't know her, but they were really nice. They really made me feel better. And the one who was taking my BP, I asked her, do you think that it's going to pick up? Do you think that my BP will be too high because I'm anxious and I'm hyperventilating kind of a little bit?" And she goes, "Yes, it probably will, but I don't think it'll be too bad." And my BP was fine. It was a little higher because I was feeling anxious, but was not that much higher. Anyhow, um, so there I was in line. I think I was probably in line for like 30, 40-ish minutes, which was so anxiety inducing. I was just like, I just want to get it over and done with. I did not feel like I wanted to go and just leave the place, but I was just like, I want this to be over. I just want this to be over. And I remember I went in there, and the woman who was basically given the vaccine, she was so nice, and she was like, "Oh, this is what's going to happen to you, or what might happen. This is what you'll feel." And she goes, "Are you scared of needles?" And I say, "No, I'm not scared of needles." And so she's there with the needle, and she's literally pinching my arm. It was on this arm. She's pinching it, and I'm literally looking at her, and she goes, "You really not scared of the needle?" I'm like, "I'm really not scared of needles." And she goes, "Oh wow, I thought you were scared of needles, and this is why you were anxious." I'm like, "No." She goes, "Are you dowdy about the vaccine?" I said, "No, I'm not." And she goes, "Why are you anxious?" I don't know why I'm anxious, but anyway. So I'm looking at her. She injects me with the stuff. It was not painful, but it was uncomfortable, and I was like, "Oh, don't like that, don't like that at all." So anyway, I left the center. As soon as I was leaving the center, the security guards there had seen me the day before when I was angry because I could not get vaccinated, and I was sitting outside the center waiting to go home, and I was just sitting there very upset, and they were like, "Oh, we're really sorry about this," and I was like, "No, it's fine, don't worry about it." So they saw me and they're like, "Are you happy now that you got your vaccine?" I said, "Yes, I'm very happy." And everyone was laughing at me. I did not know that I had been so upset that I had drawn that much attention. I mean, I did not lash out. I did not like lose it in front of people or anything like that. But I guess I was visibly upset because I said to the woman who told me that, I was like, "Oh, okay, that's so sad. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll come back tomorrow. It's cool. I'll come back tomorrow. I understand." And then I left, and then I literally sat outside, just outside the center. I sat outside on my own, and I was on my phone. I was listening to music the entire time. Apparently, I looked pretty upset, so much that they were like, "Is this girl fine? Will she be okay? Should we like try to talk to her, do something so that we're sure she's fine?" And yeah, I guess I was pretty upset because they were asking me, "Yeah, you're not angry anymore?" I'm like, was it obvious that I was upset? And they're all like, "Yes, we could see it. We could see how unhappy you were about this whole thing, but you weren't rude. And we thought that was very nice of you." And I thought, how awesome it is to have them say that I was nice about it. Anyway, um, so then at that time, after I left, after I spoken to those security guards, I was in such a jittery mood, I want to say. Like, I was feeling very elated. I was like, "Yay, I just got my first dose. I just got my first vaccine. I'm so happy. I'm so happy." And I called my friend, and he comes, and we went and we sat and talked for a while. But my arm was hurting. My arm started hurting immediately after I called him, and my arm was like hurting. And I was like, "Why is my arm hurting so bad?" It was so bad that I was literally walking like this and not wanting to move my arm too much because it hurt. Luckily, I had a smaller bag that day because I didn't have school, so I had a smaller bag. I didn't have my laptop with me. I literally just had some stuff that I needed and my lunchbox, and because I'm that girl packs lunchbox, and I had like a water bottle in there, which was awesome. It was not heavy, so I was like, this is actually working out really really well for me. And we spoke, and then he had to leave, and I was left alone, and I was listening to music the entire time, watching YouTube videos, and I was just feeling really good. I was just feeling really good about myself. And in the bus, I started feeling really woozy. I was like, "Okay, this is not it. I don't like this. I don't feel like feeling woozy like the way I am." I had never been that tired, and I think I actually fell asleep at some point. Now, the drive from my school to where my bus stop is about an hour and maybe 10 minutes. So, in that short hour, I literally fell asleep. I think I was probably out for like 30 minutes because I looked at the time, and it was around 1:50 something when I checked it. And then I literally woke up, and it was like 2:20 something. So I guess I was out for like 30 minutes ish. I got back home, I was okay. And then it started. I suddenly started feeling so miserable. I was like, what the heck is this? What is happening here? And at the time, my mom came home and she goes, oh, you're still up. And I'm like, I'm going to sleep. She goes, what? But you said you were fine. It's like, I was fine because we had been texting before she came home. So she's like, you said you're fine. It's like, I felt fine until now, until like 2 minutes ago. I'm not fine anymore. So then I got into bed and I wasn't necessarily sleepy, but I just wanted to lie down so bad. So I lay down and eventually I guess I did fall asleep. That was the Friday. Saturday I was sick the whole day. I couldn't do anything. I literally woke up around 10 because I drank painkillers to help with the pain. I drank painkillers, I went to sleep at night. And I woke up in the morning and I literally had breakfast. I made my bed. I washed my face, and then my mom and I sort of just sat and spoke for a while, watched some television, and then I was sleepy again. I was just like, man, I don't know what's happening with me. I was sleepy and I actually went to sleep. I slept and woke up in the late afternoon, and I don't think I remember what happened. I don't think I remember what happened. All I remember is experiencing a lot of brain fog, like almost as if I didn't know what was happening, or like I was forgetting something. I experienced a lot of brain fog, and then I experienced some chills. I was experiencing chills. I was getting hot, I was getting cold. I was like, what the heck is this? I don't know what this is. But I was experiencing that. I didn't like that at all. And then I experienced, still on the Saturday, I had a bit of a fever, but it didn't even last long. It didn't even last long. It lasted like 40 minutes or something. I was sweaty and I thought, I can't be hot because I'm not even sitting in the sun. um it's a warm day out. I don't have any heaters on or anything like that. And I was like, oh, the vaccine. Anyway, after that, I what are the oh, I had a bit of a cough. Yes, I was coughing for like 30 minutes straight. I was just coughing. I I wouldn't even be able to finish a sentence. I was coughing so much. And I was just like, what the heck is this? I was coughing like crazy, man. I coughed like crazy. And then I was sneezing and I was blowing my nose. It felt like I was getting flu. Like that's what it felt like. It felt like, are we getting flu? Are we getting the flu? Are we catching the flu? That's how it felt. Like it felt like the beginning of the flu. And then the Sunday, I woke up and I was not feeling fine. But we went to church. I loved church. But I experienced a lot of muscle spasms on Sunday, a lot of muscle spasms, and I was just so shocked. I was so scared. I was like, what is this? I experienced a lot of muscle spasms. So y'all know when you're worshiping, you lift your arms up in worship, and that's something that's very common. So I would do that and I would literally feel my arms and my fingers cramping up. I remember at some point it felt as though my hands were locked into position, that I could not straighten them or bend them. At the time when it was happening, I didn't think much of it, but afterwards, I was like, what was that? What was that? And then I thought, okay, maybe it was just a supernatural experience. I'm just going to ignore it. But then I got home and it was happening a lot. I was experiencing a lot of muscle spasms that day. I would try to pick up a pen and my hand would literally just be stuck in place. I wouldn't be able to bend my fingers. I wouldn't be able to straighten them out. And I was like, "Hmm, this is what I was not expecting. But okay, it's fine." And then the Monday, I had a headache from Hades, which the pain was not really too bad, but just it was uncomfortable. I dealt with a chronic headache from 2012, February 2012, until March, April-ish 2017. Like, it was just constant, it was always there. Water did not work, painkillers did not work, nothing worked at all. I had that headache constantly. Every single day, 24/7, 365. It was just there for 5 years. It was there, and I got used to feeling pain, which is why I think I have a high pain threshold. But I was just like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I have been free of this constant chronic headache, chronic pain for so many years, because it stopped in 2017 and now it's 2021. And I go, why is this headache so bad? But it was that bad. The headache was that bad, and I was just devastated because I had so much that I wanted to do, but because I wasn't used to the pain anymore, it was holding me back. I hated that. And then, of course, this morning, I woke up a new person, literally, not literally, but it was almost as if none of those things ever happened. I'm like back to normal, feeling fine again, not feeling sluggish, not feeling tired, not feeling like I'm getting the flu. Literally fine. The only thing is that my arm still gets itchy, not painful, painful, but itchy. And picking up heavy things is a problem. If I pick up something heavy, then I can feel the itch, then I can feel my arm tightening or like spasming, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, today I'm fine. So that was my experience. If there are any developments, of course, I will update you guys. I will talk about them. But that was it. I would encourage you all to go get vaccinated if you can, if you're comfortable with it. Just go do it. Go for it, man. Go for it. Think of it this way: the risks of taking the vaccine, everything comes with a risk. Leaving your house comes with a risk. Waking up comes with a risk. You could literally wake up tomorrow morning and set your foot on the ground, and then your second foot misses, and then you fall, hit your head, and die. Like, anything can happen. I'm not trying to scare anyone, I'm not trying to sound morose, but there's a risk in everything. There's a risk in every single day, whatever activities we partake in, everything, anything can happen. We're never 100% safe or 100% sure of whatever's happening or what's going to happen. So just think of it this way: the risks of taking the vaccine are lower than the risks of not taking the vaccine. So think of it that way. Anyway, you guys, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you're either A, excited to get your vaccine, or B, enjoyed this video, or you've already gotten your vaccine. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're still here, clearly, you're gonna love me. You're already loving me, so just hit the subscribe button because you know you want more of me. And then share this video with your friends and their friends and your cousins and everybody in between. And make sure to follow me on social media. All my socials will be linked down below in the description box. And yeah, comment down below if you're excited to get your vaccine, and you can DM me if you want to talk about my experiences, if you want more details about how I went about it, how I went about registering. I will leave down in the description box below the link for you to get registered if you feel I definitely want to get registered now. I'll leave the link in the description box below or in the comment section, or I'll leave it in both. Then you guys can check it out. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day or evening wherever you are. I love you all so much, all the way to the moon, around the sun, and back again. Bye.